Hi everyone, I am now at Caversham Wildlife Park. These are some of the horses here. Do you like horses? These are the tiny horses. Alright, now we are going to the farm show. I am here for the 1 p.m. show. This is a farm show that you do not want to miss, something special that you can only see in Australia. Everyone here is getting seated and ready. The show is about to begin.
Alright, good afternoon everybody, welcome to our farm show. My name is Bryce, this is Lee up on the horse. We're going to be a host for the show this afternoon. Our horse's name here, this is Sam. During the show today we do have some activities, a few things we can try. Cracking a whip, give you a go at cracking a stock whip. And towards the end of the show everyone here gets the chance to milk a cow. And of course, I'm also going to show you how we shear a sheep. As you can see though, all our sheep are at the back in the paddock. I need to move the sheep up inside the shed first. Now whenever we move sheep around, this is what we do with special sheep dogs. Especially bred for work in the shop that we use for this, these are Australian Kelpies. So meet Henry. Kelpies like Henry, they've been bred to work sheep now for nearly 200 years. So it becomes instinctive in the dogs. It's all bred into them even at the very young.
The cowboys outside gathering some sheep for the show.
Nice, you can see them behind the sheep, they're bringing them back this way. You like it? Wait. For us here. You're round and round. Before the next thing we do once we've done the mustering is we always make the dogs sit, so we can give them a big pat to say good boy. So lets the dogs know that we're happy with the job they've done. But all these sheep we've just brought into the shed here, these ones are all girls. So these are all the female sheep. Female sheep we call them ewes, male sheep we call rams. That's the two boys that we've got, that's Pete and Fred. Now the rams, they're only for breeding purposes. Breeding would be used to then make more sheep. They are kept separate most of the time. That's the boys, that's the girls. Morning and afternoon tea. We all like to stop at work for a break, have a cup of tea. And if we're out mustering out on the horse's back, and we need a cup of tea, we'll have to stop and make ourselves some billy tea. And we call it billy tea only because this is a billy can. So it doesn't matter what type of tea goes in, we'll just call it billy tea. It's too hard, nothing bad should happen. You jump over this side for me. Where are you from? Singapore, walk them over. So you can stop. So with a straight arm, you're going to go all the way around. 3 or 4 times, give it a good swing, and stop. But don't stop at the top, alright? dog sit once again. So we can sign him off with a bit of a pat. And off he goes. And all the way down to this tool here, the handpiece. Two separate blades there is. There's a comb on the bottom. That's a fixed blade. The comb itself, that'll comb through the wool, spreads out the wool evenly. And the smaller one on top will just go back and forth, cutting the wool off. It's fast, it's sharp, it's noisy. It's quite dangerous. That's the modern way the sheep are shorn, so it is the easier way. A long time ago it wasn't that easy to do. All the sheep had to be shorn by hand, and they used the shears. About 100 years ago these were used. At that time here in Australia, we had around 70 million sheep, which all needed to be shorn once a year. Working with the shears, it'd be 10 hours a day, and you could shear through 70 to 80 sheep each. Today, we can now shear 150, up to 200 sheep per day, so it is much easier these days for the shearers. And then this piece of equipment was invented. This was actually invented by a shearer, this one. He had a very bad back, couldn't shear sheep anymore. How do you think a shearer got a bad back in the first place? From shearing sheep. So what do we do with this then? Do we put the sheep inside here? No, it's for me. It's for the shearer, so we'll jump inside and with that around my chest, I can bend up and down all day shearing the sheep. No springs allow, supporting half my weight, taking a lot of strain off of my back. Alright, well, I'll grab one of these sheep out and show you how we shear it. So I'll hand you over to Lee, and she'll explain what's happening as I shear one of the sheep.
So when the shearer catches the sheep, the first thing he does is he turns it upside down very quickly. This gets the sheep off its legs, and that way it's completely under control and it can't get away. So the shearer starts the shearing by removing the belly wool. And the belly wool, once it's been removed, is kept separate from the rest of the wool. This is because the belly wool needs different processing to other wool. When a sheep lays down on its belly, it picks up a lot of rubbish from the ground. Mainly vegetable matter such as grass seeds and birds and pickles. These are really hard to remove from the wool. Now, in a commercial shearing shed, there will be more than just one shearer. Usually 4 or 5 working together, and we call them a team of shearers. They'll start work at 7:30 in the morning, work for 2 hours, have a break and a cup of tea, work for another 2 hours, and so on for an 8-hour day. So up onto the head now, and when the shearer shears the sheep's head, he must be very careful around the eyes and ears. The neck is the most typical part of the sheep to shear, and as you can see, the handpiece goes underneath the wool, and the shearer has to peel to the skin before opening up the wool to see where it's going. In Australia, we shear mainly merino sheep, that's the breed of sheep. Merinos are very wrinkly and have lots of loose skin all over their bodies, but mainly around the neck. They all like to think of shearing as having a haircut, and when you get your haircut, it doesn't hurt. You look neat and tidy for a while, but as your hair gets really grown, for so long, you need to have it cut again. And it's the same with the sheep. Except we only shear the sheep once a year.
Phải kéo thì đã thường buộc vượt có cái tiện sự
Bien.
Nhớ 厕所是这样。
Now this part of the shearing is called the long blow. A blow being a stroke of the handpiece. The long blow is the longest blow a shearer can do on a sheep. From one end of the sheep to the other, and you can remove a lot of wool very quickly when you've done the long blow. Now, a typical sheep farm in Australia will have about 5,000 sheep, and teams of shearers will travel around from one farm to another. Once they get to a farm, they will stay there until all the sheep are shorn, and then the team will move on to the next
加给我
farm.
们穿一下。
The last part of the sheep is called the whipping side, and it's called that because it's the fastest. All the shearer has to do now is to whip down the last side very quickly, so he can finish that sheep, get out another one, and shear as many as he can in a day. A shearer will be paid about $4 for every sheep they shear. It may not sound like very much, but when you consider that they can shear up to 200 sheep in one day, they are earning quite a bit of money. And there we have a lovely clean show of sheep. Well done, guys. Let's give it a pat.
Alright, so in the world of sheep here, there's grease. It's a natural grease. It's called lanolin. You may have heard of lanolin before. A lot of ladies' cosmetics and skincare products are made from the lanolin. It's good for our skin. Very good for the sheep as well. So right now, as soon as we shear the sheep, she produces all this lanolin to cover the whole body with grease. That'll actually protect the sheep from the weather, keeps them dry and warm. So right now the sheep can go back outside even in the winter time, and they don't suffer at all. Staying dry and warm. Just a quick rub there.
可以放脸。
And what you might see is some of that shining lanolin from my hands. So after the show, everyone's welcome to come over here. You can rub the sheep too. Rub your hands all over your face. You'll have soft skin, but you will smell terrible. Really blow that, but she'll have nice soft skin. Here she is. Now we're left down here with a pile of wool, a piece of wool, and they're going to throw this onto a wool table. We wouldn't have a wool table here, so what I'll do with this fleece is I'll just turn it over onto the floor here, and what you're going to see is the technique of the shearing. It gets all the wool off, joined together a bit like a rug. And the way we do this, all around the outside is where the dirty wool is, along the edges. That's coming from the forelegs of the sheep. We need to work along the edge and remove this wool now. So this process we call skirting the fleece. So from the back legs we start taking off the best quality, some of the finest wool in the world. So first, like this one, we'll get made into things like men's suit. Now I'm going to crack the whip for you. So this is how we crack a whip. We swing it in one direction, and we need to change direction and go back the opposite way. So we go all the way around, and then back. But we are doing this riding on a horse, so we don't want to hit the horse. So there's two separate methods that we use. We go right over the horse's head nice and high. Or the other one is alongside the horse, straight through. That's our two main methods. One more time with no sound, I'll do it slowly again. And if you watch carefully, you'll see what's happening to get the whip to crack. But all I've done is change directions from forwards, back the other way. All the way around, and when you change, you create that loop in the whip. So we just need to create a little loop, and as that rolls out, what happens next is the end piece, the cracker, flicks over and breaks the sound barrier. So that's going faster than the speed of sound. It is a sonic boom that we're hearing. Who wants to try this, cracking the whip? It's not dangerous, just as easy for the ladies, just the adults for this one, sorry. Anyone want to have a crack? It's got to be somebody. Do it above your head, through the front. Alright, so you hold for that now. Before you start, don't start yet. Good, put the hat on. There you go, chuck that on for me. Looks good for the photos, alright. All yours. That's not too bad actually. Go again. Around and then straight back. Alright, so what you're doing is you're going forwards. So don't go forwards, you're actually going to go back. So back that way. And a little bit faster. But you're still going down trying to flick it. So instead of going down, try and go back across that way. So you're going this way first, turn and straight back. It's harder than it looks. That happens all the time. One there. One for you. One for you. One for you, mates. Alright, so we're all going to bottle each. Hold it really tight and get ready. What's going to happen is we're actually going to feed some little lambs, okay? We're going to let the lambs out. When they come running out, we're just going to hold the bottles really tight. Alright, here they come. Lambs everywhere. So you just got to hold up your bottles really tight. The little lamb that Lee's got, that's the youngest one, that's probably just under 2 weeks old. This one's the oldest, it's about 7 weeks old. The rest of them, they're only about 2.5, 3 weeks old. You finished? There you go. Well done. Yeah, there, keep that up nice and high. There you go, that's done too. You are done. Chuck it in there, thank you. Alright, we'll head them all back. Well, that is the end of the show, so if anyone wants to milk.
You can also get a feeling of milking the cow. Let's look at the lamb up close. They are so fluffy. It's the little one there, the little lamb.
Yeah. So sweet. Do you want to go see the big sheep, Hayley, or are you happy with the lambs?
哦，很可爱耶。哦，我要养这个耶，很 cute，很舒服。
There's the baby lambs again.
很怕那个，不要出来。
Cute. So what's everyone doing here? They're waiting for the chance to milk the cow. The cow's name is Minty. This cow usually produces around 20 liters of milk every single day. This is going to be the end of this part of the tour of Caversham Wildlife Park. Do catch the next part. 比较喜欢这个 baby sheep 啊。